Ooga fucking Ooga, cunts, it's Schmeckle. But you already knew that, clever cunts that you are. You saw the word Schmeckle and came running for the goodies. Well, there are no goodies today, cunts. No video to mock, no article to tear apart, not a single SJW to be sneered at. Today's video is going to be a bit different in that I'm actually going to be talking about something somewhat serious. That's your clue to skip out. This video will not be funny. Whoever's left, we're going to talk about anxiety. Roll the shit! Now, I don't like to do this, talking about serious shit. It makes me uncomfortable. One might even say that it makes me anxious. There we go. Nice, half-ass segue into the conversation. Let me make something clear before I start. Anxiety disorders are a very real phenomenon that affect very real people in a very real way. These disorders can range from minor issues with handling anxiety properly to being entirely debilitating. There are people with anxiety disorders that certainly do deserve our sympathy. There are multiple people within the skeptic, quote-unquote, community who suffer from such disorders, and there are certainly many people within your own lives, both on and off of the internet, who suffer from the same. That said, there is a clear and distinct difference between having an anxiety disorder and simply experiencing anxiety. Let me get anecdotal for a moment. The majority of the females in my family suffer from and have been diagnosed with anxiety disorders to varying degrees. My father and I have not been diagnosed with any such disorders. My father and I do, however, feel anxious when the situation warrants anxiety. The difference lies in what causes the anxiety, as well as how one handles the anxiety. My mother and sisters will tend to become anxious over smaller, less important things, and will allow that anxiety to overcome them, while my father and I tend to become anxious less often, over more reasonable things, and we tend to get past it rather quickly. But enough about my family, cunts that they are. What I'm trying to say is that the mere act of experiencing anxiety, of feeling anxious, is no more indicative of an anxiety disorder than feeling sadness is indicative of depression. And therein lies the problem. I'm sure you're all as fucking tired as I am of listening to some cunt whine on and on about her anxiety issues, knowing full well that the cunt suffers from no such thing. Yes, I'm talking about Tumblr's version of anxiety, which follows the basic format of, I worried about something once, so I have a serious anxiety disorder and don't be an ableist cunt. Pretty good slogan for a t-shirt, actually. Now, my problem isn't with the fact that they're pretending to have a disorder that they don't have. Go right the fuck ahead. If people with actual anxiety disorders want to take offense to it, that's their fight, not mine. Where I find a problem is with the fact that by claiming, en masse, to have anxiety disorders that you don't, in fact, have, you are delegitimizing actual anxiety disorders in the eyes of the public. Essentially, when you claim that you have an anxiety disorder, and every fucking cunt in the room can tell that you're full of shit, people are going to be more skeptical of the next cunt who walks in and claims that he has an anxiety disorder, even if this person does, in fact, suffer from a legitimate disorder. Now imagine that last cunt showing up in the room after an entire Tumblr's worth of false claims. Nobody will take the cunt seriously. And it's worse than this, because the reality of it is that last cunt, the one with the actual disorder, isn't likely to be telling people about his disorder at all. One doesn't generally brag about one's imperfections. This leaves, for the public to hear and judge, the vocal majority of those with anxiety disorders. The ones who don't really have disorders at all. What you're doing is harmful to real people who suffer from actual medical problems. And for what? for some extra fucking attention on the internet. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Cunts. And again, to be clear, this does not apply to any of those people who do suffer from legitimate mental health disorders. If your claim is real, I'm not talking about you here. If you're self-diagnosed, fuck off. But if you're actually suffering, remember to reach out. You've got friends. You've got family. All that shit. Use whatever fucking support you can get. Fuck. Send me a message if you need to. I won't coddle ya, but fuck, we'll have a laugh and maybe you'll calm down a bit. Just remember, cunts, whatever it is, it can be dealt with, and there's no such thing as too hard. I'm gonna leave this one here, cunts. Fucking uncharacteristic, unfunny, serious piece of shit that it is. Remember to check out the Cunt Stream channel, as well as my co-host, Wrath of Controversy. And head over and subscribe to Terry Bull. He's setting up a new channel, looks like he'll be funny. If you can get past all the bros. Repeats that word a lot. Who the fuck does that? Anyway, cunts, have a good fucking night. Cunts. And that's fucking it, cunts. Now fuck off!
This is not how you use a Tenga egg!